evening from wherever you are watching this live stream from. My name is It's Katu on YouTube, and today it's the second live stream today, and we keep on we keep on talking about the African history. Yeah, I've said we really need to know about Africa and African history, so that we may we may learn to appreciate the African continent and the African people. Okay, I always say we have our weaknesses, we have our shortcomings, but we are doing our best to make sure we do better and we become better. So today we'll pick from where we left in the previous live stream. We'll pick from where we had left in the previous live stream. We'll continue digging deep into the African history. So guys, as you join, as you join, so guys, please join, and as you join as you join the live stream, please give it a thumbs up. Yeah guys, as you join, please give the uh, uh, as we join, let's give the chat a thumbs up, please. And yeah, let me set a poll. Let me set a poll. What is it? What is it? Oh, guys. So guys, Mm. Oh, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, guys, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Ryan Dungu, hi. Let me give you a blue jacket so that you may interact with the rest, the other people. Yeah, and we will pick from where we left. So, like, welcome, Ryan. So, like, in today's life, we'll talk about some of the events in history that we think had the had great impact in Africa and in shaping the life of in shaping Africa and the African continent. So we'll go into detail. Africa has been so. So today we'll be discussing some of the things that, like for the past few centuries, that we think they have impacted Africa and the African people lifestyle to be what we are today. So, me, I said in my live streams, I would want us to major more on the African history because most of the times we find that the African continent and the African people are being mispresented, which which is painful. Because, for example, when you follow the mainstream media, you'll find like most of the people will portray negative things, and a lot of negativity goes around towards the African continent and the African people. It's not fair. And let's start with the pre-colonial period. Long before the colonies came into Africa, the African continent and the Africans, there was life. So, what was happening in Africa, according to history, you find that people were mostly like hunters and gatherers. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, the first world, they had started developing their world in their own different way, but I can't say like Africans were not inventing. Of course, when you you invent something to solve your problem. The problems you are solving, you are facing, you are doing it in your own way. Guys, I can see 4 million in the house. Please give the chat a thumbs up as we discuss the issue that we have today. So what I'm saying, like, all the corners of the world, be it Africa, be it Europe, be it Asia, everywhere, people were coming up with different inventions to solve their problems their own way. All around the world, there are smart people who solve their problems, the ones they have. So, like, today we'll go back to those days when, like, Africa was like people were living their normal. There were kingdoms, there were governments, like not like necessarily strong like the ancient Roman kingdoms, the Vikings, but there were strong governments and strong kingdoms like the Shona kingdoms. Those were like big kingdoms. So, and there were smaller kingdoms. So you find that there were smaller kingdoms and the bigger kingdoms, and mostly when somebody is powerful, they tend to control the the other people who are smaller, and that's okay for the balance of nature. So, like, those days there were those small kingdoms being controlled by the bigger kingdoms, and then there came trade. Yeah, yeah, my Adrian. Welcome, friend. Can see, let me give you like a jacket for you to feel free. So, like, what I was saying, those days, there were the smaller kingdoms being controlled by the bigger kingdoms, and you find that for the balance of nature, like, those smaller kingdoms, they were like subjects to the bigger ones, so they pay their dues to them, and mostly it was like barter trade. So as time went by, now well, you are welcome, Andrian. So now the Arabs, they started coming to Africa, but the good thing about them, they were coming to trade. At least the connection between uh, between the Africans and the Asians, or the Arabs for that matter, it dates back to several centuries back. So that's why you will find the Swahili people. The Swahili people, they came to be as a product of the Bantus. It came to be as as a result of the Bantus. The Bantus intermarried with the Arabs, and they came up with the Swahili people, and hence the Swahili language. So that's how. So a Bantu like me intermarrying with the Arab, the product is eh, yeah. Yes, Ryan. Mambo means hi. So, like, in Swahili, the Swahili, the Swahili people came came to be as a result of the intermarriage between the Arabs and the Bantu people. So in Kenya, for example, you'll find Swahili people, because we are Bantus and we are natives of the coastal Kenyan coasts, and since the Bantus live they are in Kenya, so they intermarried with the Arabs, and most of the Bantus, they were, like, for example, the Kambas, they were long distance traders. They would come to the coast to trade with the Arabs, and hence the intermarriages. So those were several centuries before colonization. And then, so the trade continued, and as the trade that grew big to the point that it was a famous thing called the Trans-Saharan trade. That's why if you are keen in history, you will find will you will hear of something like the Silk Road that connected Africa. And thank you guys. Keep on liking as you join the live stream. So that's when you come to realize that we have the Silk Road that connected Africa with Asia. And in this case, when I talk of Asians, I'm talking about mostly the Arabs. Yeah. So the Africa is divided with the Asian continent by the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal in the Red Sea. So like guys were connecting, they were moving from Asia to Africa, and they would trade with things like gold, iron, iron, ivory, and salt, or ants, barley, all those things. So like those people were doing trade, and that gave birth to the great Trans-Saharan trade. So, okay, even in those days, people used also to trade human, like what we call slaves. But in the Trans-Saharan trade, only the people were like, they were like a nuisance to the community, were the ones who were mostly sold. Like if you commit a big crime, like you kill a brother, and you are an outcast, that's when they used to, like, to, instead of killing you, they dispose you by selling you as a slave. So during those ancient days of the Trans-Saharan trade, yes, the slave trade was there, but the people who were traded in that case were mostly the people who are like outcasts to the society. So as because everything, when you see, even the big companies, when a kingdom or a business rises up, obvious there is the phase of rising, then there is the leap phase, then there is the decline. If maybe you understand something like economics and business, you know there is, in every graph, there is, when the graph is rising, and then there is the leap phase where the curve is flat, and then the declining phase. So the same happened to the Trans-Saharan trade. It got its own problems, and it started declining. So when the Trans-Saharan trade was declining, another 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 trade was rising, which is the transatlantic Atlantic trade. In the transatlantic trade, that was happening between Africa and the Americans. So, like, it was across the Atlantic Ocean. And the biggest commodity in their transatlantic trade was slaves. So that's like so I'm trying to show the African history dating back some few centuries back, so that you may see the things Africans have been through before before we judge them, maybe for lagging behind in development or something. You have to understand what has made these people to be behind than other people. And when we understand somebody's reasons, sometimes you even relate with them. So we have said that is so the trade had began long even before the, f- the 14th, the 15th century and the 16th century. That is, there was still trade between Arabs, and so it grew to something big, and it was the trans-Saharan trade that was at its peak in the 15th and 16th century. So after the decline of the trans-Saharan trade in the mid 16th century or something, there was there was the growth of this new trade called the transatlantic trade, and there slaves were the main commodity. They were taken from all over Africa, but mostly from West Africa, because West Africa is close to the Americans. So, but you can't rule out and say like all the slaves were from West Africa. They were from all over. It says that the journey was long, and only the lucky few who even managed to cross to the other side. But most of them, like, they died. Those, they were killed. If they got sick, they were killed. Others were abandoned. They died. So much stuff. It's even it's it will make somebody sad just to understand like the events of the things that used to happen to those people. But it's okay. It's okay. We learn from history. History is meant to educate us. So like people used to be taken to to live to Liberia. Liberia. That's why Liberia is one of the countries in Africa that were never colonized, because they were like the peak points of the slaves, the last station before they were transported through the Atlantic. So like those guys went through a lot. Remember, those are still Africans. They are generations. Imagine even people being commodities of trade. Like they are being sold, like the way you are selling salt, the way you sell the ivory, you have human beings standing ready to be sold. It's so unfair. But even by the sound of it, it's not even okay. So those guys, those are our forefathers. Like we are analyzing like 5 generations from my generation. Like, yeah, from me, let's say I'm the first generation to my dad, second generation to my grandfather, dad, to my great grandfather, fourth, and to the great great grandfather. So only those 5 generations will show you a clear picture, will give you a clear picture of the struggle the Africans have been going through, and it will give you like a yeah, that may give you like another another reason just not to judge Africans. I'm not saying I know we can do better, but we we have been through a lot as a people, as a continent, like for a long time. So after the decline of the trans-Saharan trade, we'll go to the to the transatlantic. So the transatlantic thrived. Those are people, most of them dying, if not on land in transit. They were dying like before, and families were being broken every day in those both scenarios, like from the days of the trans-Saharan trade, because slaves were being those are families which were being broken, like the strong, the the strong, the well-bodied, the people who can adopt, they were being taken, and the weaklings were being left behind from those days. So now the the trans-Saharan is down, and we are going to the to the transatlantic. During the transatlantic is when we had like the Portuguese conquest and whatnot, because the Arabs had been used to trading with the Africans, and now like other people are coming with other ideas like missionaries and and like they are used to this idea of selling people, and now somebody is telling them no, it's not okay to sell people to yeah. So so with time, after a great damage, the also the transatlantic collapsed. The transatlantic trade collapsed after the ban of slave trade. So when the slave trade was banned, some people were still on transit. That's why in Liberia the country was never colonized, because it became the home to those to those who to those slaves who were already they had already moved from their homes, but they had not already reached their destination. So when everything collapsed, we what remained there was the the country Liberia that was not colonized. It had all types of people from all over Africa. So because like those days people like had no maps to read. They didn't even know where they came from. So because of the long distances they had walked, they could not even trace their way back. So Liberia became their home, and that was that. So this time, the after the colonization and everything, and the conquest were, of course, they were wars and people were fighting. Still, the war was being fought on on Africans' land. And then after the decline, the abolishment of the slave trade, you find that the another plan came. The new plan, the another plan of destruction, because those all of them have been like have had almost a negative impact to the African continent and the African people, because now, after the abolishment of the slave trade leading to the decline of the transatlantic trade, now the smart guys, they came up with another plan. That is the partitioning of Africa and the colonization. It is called the Scramble for Africa. That great idea was conceived in Berlin, in the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1884 September to 1885 February. So these guys sat together and they decided, instead of fighting over these people, instead of fighting for this African land, and we know it's endowed with minerals and whatever, we just need to divide it amongst ourselves so that we don't fight amongst ourselves. And they sat down, divided the continent into what you call boundaries today. They sat down, this part went to the Britons, this part went to the Germans, this part went to the Belgians, this part, like that, to the French, to the Portuguese, yeah. So they divided amongst themselves, and then they came. That was in the 19th century. In the 19th century they came. So like when they came, they started like when they came they started like when they came they started like when they came they started like laying out infrastructure. So like the railway line, don't okay, it's good, it's development, but it was meant to transport the minerals and everything. So like in the 1896, for example, in Kenya, they were building the railway line, which was meant to transport everything that was being looted to Africa. That is plan number 3, you can see. So Africa is motherland. There is no debate about that, because it has been producing and producing and producing, giving out the best personnel, the best minerals, the best everything. So like the railway line was manned, and people, they came, they took the islands and everything, they drove people out of their land. And yeah, so those like the 19th century. So Wambua farmer, welcome, welcome. Let me like give you a jacket so that you may interact. So like so when everyone like when the railway line was complete, the trades, it's not trade, the should I call it trade? No, it's not trade, it's like exploitation, like that's the best word anyways. So the exploitation began, and things, raw materials were being transported from Africa to Europe, wherever, and Africa kept on suffering. And yeah, So everything was being taken, the land was being taken, and they were being used to. Imagine somebody comes, takes your land, and uses you to cultivate and to produce for them. Huh? So these guys were misused, colonized. I'm not bitter, I'm just saying. I'm just saying the truth about what happened. Me, I just want us to to break this mystery about Africa is an horrible place, it's not developed. Before you say that, just keep put this into consideration. All those centuries of being misused, being mistreated, being all everything being taken away from you, and then like then it that was the peak of the exploitation. Like people taking your land, your wealth, everything. They take and they mistreat you. On top of that, they make sure you are under control. You are beaten, you are killed, all that stuff. So like me, I believe, okay, there's good things, like for example, education came. It's just me, I wouldn't celebrate. I'll just say it's in the case of giving somebody a lemon and they make a lemonade out of it. But it's not like, oh, celebrations. Like they brought education, which is good. At least, I... Hello, Monge 001. Welcome back. We are still here, still talking about African history. I'm not obsessed and I'm not bitter, but I love to speak it out so that the world will understand what Africans have been through. So that before we say oh, these Africans, they don't have roads, they don't have running water, take into account those people have been exploited for the last 5 centuries, no break. So when the transatlantic came down, of course I have said every thriving empire at one point it goes down. Whatever comes goes up, it has to go down. I don't know whether that is the I wouldn't call it the rule of gravity, but if you say so. So the the transatlantic ended, colonization came, and people were being driven out of their land, killed, molested, every kind of thing just to keep them in control. And so the colonization, for example, in Africa, in Kenya. Okay, Monge 001. So so when the colonization was at the peak, these people were being molested left, right, and center, driven out of their land, and all those angry stuff. And then there was this there was a sideshow, just to say. In 1914, there was the First World War. Imagine these same Africans who have been misused, mistreated since those eras of trans-Saharan, transatlantic colonization. They are being taken to fight in the First World War. Huh? It's like bombs are being dropped on their head one by one, and they are expect. So like resilient is the only word we are supposed to use when you are divining Africa. Anything else, if you see a road with potholes, please you are supposed to shut up. Not like I'm saying it in a bad way, but that should be the case. Because these people have gone through slavery and slave trade for centuries. And now they are in the colonial era, and the superpowers are fighting. The First World War comes in 1914, and the same people are being taken. Like for example, in Kenya, in the case of my grandfather, he was fighting in Burma. Burma is in India. I don't even know, but I used to hear him. I used to hear stories because he died long before I was born because of the fatigue, huh? That and the problems he went through. You can't even survive for long after going through all this stuff. So like same people who have been like their best people have been sold as slaves. Now they are being driven out of their land. Everything is being ferried using the railway lines to Europe. And now the First World War comes in. They are fighting for their what for their masters. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. That's the word those people were using. So these people, and I can say for sure, my grandfather was one of those people who were fighting the First World War in Burma. At Burma, in Burma, I don't know. English is not my first language. So like those people have been fighting, they have been robbed of everything, their land, their resources, they have been sold, they have been like their families have been broken because had been sold as slaves, and they are also, imagine, you still have to had things like natural calamities in their lives because in the olden days there were not like medicine was not advanced as it is today. So most people used to die young because of diseases like measles, those 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 funny diseases. So all these things, those people were going through the natural things, and also people raiding their land, selling from people to exploiting them, their minerals, their everything. And then came the Second World War. Hmm? Like in everything, like you have to be the victim and you have to choose a side. A side. If you are not for us, like we won't support you, we won't. Who is supporting who? Who was supporting who, by the way? Uh, who was supporting who? Because like even like most people believe like Africa relies on aid. Who is aiding who? Huh? Who is aiding who? If like you have a tip of the African history, you know, like these Africans have been like misused like for centuries. It's not like for 100, for 1 century, for several centuries, and everything in there. But I don't know how Africans do it, but believe me, they survive. They survive. So like the Second World War came in, and then because Africans are strong, of course. They struggled. Some of them they feel like, if we fight, will we even win? These people have superior weapons. We only have like machetes. I don't know, those crude weapons. So some they fought. They fought for years, and eventually they gained their independence, one country after the other. So like in Kenya, got its independence in 1963. To date, today is now it's 2024. It's only like six, 60, 60 something years old since the white person. Those are by the way, those are the what, like, according to the curriculum, they are called Europeans, whites, yeah. So like when it took years to drive the Europeans out of Africa, and when they did, when they did, like, for example, when our grandparents did that, now I'm taking, like I've said, that I'm taking into account like 5 generations. So like when our great grandparents gained independence, and those people were like leftovers because their strong brothers, sisters has been sold as slaves, they have been killed in wars and all that nasty stuff. So when they gained independence 60 years ago, they had children who are our parents. They had to take them to school, because at least something good, even if it's not quality education, at least they were taught like there is something like education that can enlighten you. Thanks to them, because at least they brought education. But we had our education. Don't mistake me. The Africans had their own education system. Like, that's why we are talking about stories, like oral traditions. They used to teach their young ones their ways through stories, through taking them out the field, just to learn their people's ways. So that's education. So but this education that involves writing and reading, at least it was brought, it came along with the colonization. So that's our parents, who are the fourth generation. They are here. It's post-colonial period, and still, even up to date, some of the best lands which had been taken, they are still being held, like in the name of leases and everything. So like they got back what is not okay, like the good things, the fertile lands had gone for good. So they got what they got, and they had kids to educate, to raise, and yeah. So like with a breath of fresh air, we can start from like our parents, because they are the first generation that has lived post the the colonial period. So our parents and us, and now our kids. My kid is barely under 5 years. So like when you see dusty roads in Africa and you are like, I hate Africa, man. Africa, there are dusty roads. Yeah, there are dusty roads. We are not saying they are all tarmac, but it has been like so like it has been like 50 years since all these things, like since these things started to get back to normal, like Africans could sit down, think about their lives in peace, and and build their own land. So that is that is that is something we should put into consideration before we judge Africans. We have been like the black people, they have gone through a lot, like a lot. It's even unimaginable. Like if you think of maybe the relatives who were like taken away, sold like commodities of trade, who were like separated from their families. It's a lot, and it's less than 5 generations away from today. So like I just think like we should now start like focusing on the African history. It's not like we are supposed to. I'm not crying about it or anything. I'm just saying before before we judge the strides, because I know, like for speaking for my country, Kenya, I think we have come from far and we are doing great. Yeah, and I can't imagine if the world was um, was a fair place where all people were given the same opportunities. I can't even believe. I can't even imagine what Africa would have been like today if for those like 500 years, maybe, if only Africa had the same chances like every other place in the world. Just think what would have been the case today. But the case today is not that bad. Uh, yes, we have our shortcomings, but we are doing well. We are really doing well. You can't complain. And yeah, so wherever you are watching this video from, me, I will call upon each and everyone to try to learn one thing, one or two things about Africa. Just let's not be ignorant. We learn one thing about one or two things about Africa, and I'm not a psycho kid. Oh, yeah, just I hope I hope the name no. So like, hi psycho, are you okay? Like guys, as you join, please give the chat a like. So so we have been talking about the African history, and no emotions. I'm not feeling bad about it or anything. I just want people to know, and we'll keep on enlightening people about the African history. We are going to keep on doing it till we make sure many people are aware of and are conscious about what Africa has been through. We are not seeking sympathy. We are just creating awareness, so that yeah. Uh, I wish the world was a fair place where people were given equal opportunities, and it would have been a better place. So because now, in today's generation, it's pathetic when you see someone now in our generation with their cameras going around like, "Hi, what's up, people? This is Africa, look." And they are showing children with their ribs protruding. It's not okay. It's not fair. Africa has been through enough. People have been sold as slaves. People have been mistreated. They have been colonized. You don't need to do that. Just if you take your camera. Be the one to bring the positive change. If you have to take a photo to share, it's good. Not saying everybody is okay. Everybody, they are not. You are not supposed to be that person who will spread negativity about Africa to show just the world like Africa is a place where people are starving, they are sick. We are sick. So what I was saying is that people are sick. There are sick people here and there. There are sick people in Mombasa, Kenya, in Nairobi, Kenya, in New York, in Berlin, everywhere. There are sick people everywhere, and there are homeless people everywhere. Even in Vegas, there are homeless people, and yeah, there are people of all kinds everywhere. So when somebody tries to 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 show like Africa is a dangerous place, people don't even know. Like in Kenya, there are many people, even grown-ups, who have never seen like a gun. Like if you show them like a pistol, they don't even know how it looks like. Yeah, and they are grown-ups, and somebody just goes out there like portraying like Africa people are killers, they carry guns along. That's not the case. Even I've never been into Somalia and those war-torn countries, but I think it's good when even people go to film there and they also show like the truth of what is happening. Not like when you hold your camera, you just want to show people dead people dropping, dead bodies dropping and starving people. It will bring the views, but it's not justice. We are supposed to show people the good, the bad, the ugly, and you balance. If you show, you come to Kenya, you see some starving kids, it's good, you create the awareness, and then tomorrow make sure you go to a place like Nyali here in Mombasa, you show people how people live large. You also go like to the beach, you show them their beach life. You go to Masai Mara, you show them the wildlife. At least they love the whole idea that there are people who are suffering just like anywhere else, and then there are like those people who are living their lives to the fullest. Yeah, so that when somebody goes to look for a visa, they won't be seen like they are running away from this fire called Africa. Africa is it's, it's a nice place. Believe me. More so when you have money, you wouldn't even wish to go anywhere else. We just want to be born here, raised here, and grow old here. Yeah, and you die here because it's a great place. But when you don't have the money, that's where the problem comes in. And it doesn't mean you can't get money in Africa. You can still get whatever you want in Africa and prosper. But because today nowadays it's okay to connect. The world is a global village, so there is nothing wrong with somebody going to a different country and just learning, just seeing people, going places, seeing the beauty. The world is a beautiful place. So like you have to go places and see for yourself what what God has done. So like wewe ni baba yangu. So guys, what I can say is that we are still no way. So guys, what I can say is that Africa is great, and we should all learn something from about each other. If you are from if 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 I want to maybe to talk about Europe, I have to try and to research and know the truth about Europe, so that if you want to talk about Africa, you have to research. Yeah. If you want to talk about wherever you want to talk about or you want to show, just make sure you show the beautiful things about the place, and also like yeah, because this thing about this thing about this thing about this like like this thing about this trashing people and their cultures and their beliefs, it's not cool, I'm telling you. And when so so like me have said every live stream when we go live will be discussing more about African history, and yeah, and we love fun, and maybe sometimes we share stories, the African stories. May it be myths, because even the myths, I've said the myths and stories, they are oral traditions. They are under oral traditions. That they are stories which whose events have no like they have no evidence, proof of ever having happened. But in the olden days, people used to tell stories, myths, just to educate the young ones, just like to warn them, like against some vices. Like for example, you would find a story about maybe an animal that was greedy, and yeah. So these stories were meant to educate the society and warn them about the unhealthy practices in the society. So in our live streams, we are going to be discussing such. We'll be discussing the we'll be discussing the what we'll be discussing things like the oral the oral traditions in the case of myths and the legends, yeah, all the categories of the oral traditions. I don't know how many I was in school long time ago, and I can remember some stuff, but others I love to research about before I come and pass on the information to you about Africa, about motherland. Yeah. So guys, guys, just as you join the live stream, please give the live stream a like. Please give the live stream a like. Please give the live stream a like and leave a comment. Yes, baby. So guys, this give a hi Mzito. What are you saying, Monge 001? Oh, go you up. Ah, so where is Claudia? So guys, if you have some if you have if you can share my live stream, please, you can share my live stream, and if you can share my live stream, and if you have some extra bananas, please share with me. I still need to grow. Ah, okay, Monge. Okay. The moment you do that, like I strip the jacket from you. Okay, say hi to CD. Say hi to her. Guys, please. Guys, please. Keep on interacting, please. where is Wambua Farmer? He just appeared and disappeared. Guys, please keep on participating. Let's even interact with the other people. Yeah, and so guys, I don't know what you can even share ideas maybe in the comment section. Okay. So like thanks. Okay. So guys, you can share my life just to attract new people, because as much as I'm live, I also want to attract people to my channel, so that we may grow this family. Please kindly take me to 200 at least. If you have an extra banana, please take me to 200. So guys, I can see Ryan is back. Welcome, Ryan. Can see you're back. Can see you're back. Welcome. Welcome. Guys, so today we have talked about two events like the trans-Saharan trade, the transatlantic trade, the scrabble and partition of Africa, the world wars, yeah, the World War One and Two. So those are like 5 events that have like impacted the lives of Africans, and they have they have had a great impact on the life of Africans and the development of Africa as a whole. So we'll keep on discussing about Africa and African history, both the positive. We can't rule out and say like everything that happened in the African history is bad. Of course, there were those moments like like for example, when 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 the railway line was built, as much as it was meant to be dishing up, taking out the raw materials from Africa, it also had some impact, positive impact to the lives of Africans, because it improved on the transportation of goods and services in Africa. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll also dig into the recent history, how Africa has started coping and making strides, and we hope whatever, even our leaders, the decisions they are making, we just hope they will be for the good of Africans, rather than like putting them into a darker place than they were before. And yeah, let's hope and keep on hoping and keep on doing what we are doing. Just that we have to do it in a positive way. I've said let's not make another bomb that we are going to drop on Africans. Like the same Africans have persevered, like those 5 bombs that have been dropped on their heads already. Like the first one, the first one I've talked about the trans-Saharan trade. The second one, the transatlantic, going to the scramble and colonization, going to the world wars. They were being fought there, but over there, but they were still impacting the Kenyan lives. So like the Africans' lives. So it won't be like fair if now in this generation where we have the cameras and we can change things without a fight or anything, it wouldn't be fair if we take our cameras and go around and not even trying to give justice to Africa. It will be like one big injustice where everybody has been unfair to the African community. So like it's good when you take your camera, make good use of it, go out there, create great content, create awareness in a good way, not like trying to portray like Africa is a is a is a it's like a pit. That don't be that person. Guys, I can see 5 million in the house. Please like like the chat as you join. So like don't be that person who will take their cameras going around portraying negativity. Even if I'm not just saying like people come to Africa alone to give a negative image about Africa. Even some people will go like into other people's countries and you are like visiting the most dangerous ghettos in the world. Why don't you just go somewhere? Like imagine somebody creates such a thumbnail, and if you get down and do some research, you find that not even a single dead body has dropped in that place, not like for the last like 12 months. We should not only chase the views. They are good, but don't try to build one side and destroy the other side. Just try to create just a little positivity. You bring a positive change in your own little way, own small way, and another person will bring a small positive change and another one, and yeah, the world will be a better place than it is now. So guys, I just love YouTube, because at least some things like those ones, like the picture portrayed by the mainstream media about Africa, it has been like it's painful. If you ask several people, several Africans, for sure they'll tell you it's not a good thing. Just imagine when you hear somebody from another part of Africa being interviewed, ask something about Africa, and they are like the mainstream media portrays that our people in Africa are sick. Seriously, we are sick. Some of us are sick, and even in the best places in the world, there are sick people. There are people who are okay. There are homeless people. I've said even in Vegas, where it's like everything like, yeah, those fancy places we hear of, Vegas, there are also homeless people. But we don't see that on TV every day. Like, oh, look at these homeless people in New York. None of us sees that every day in their TV. But here in Africa, if you are not careful, what you'll see is pe- skeletons. People who are like, you don't even know whether they are dying the next minute. And war and suffering. Just those roses, those roses are attributed with the African continent. It's not good. Just don't do that. If you are a content creator, please don't do that. Africa has endured enough, and it's time all of us change our mentality. If you don't want anything to do with Africa, you don't want to learn our ways, just don't. Just don't. Just like don't don't keep a negative mindset. You don't want to learn. You don't want, but you believe. That's a stereotype, and it's not good. Just try to learn. Sometimes, yeah, do research, and if you whatever you find, it's okay. And if you have the power even to visit, please visit. Me, I believe like Kenya is is one of the best countries. I'm not bragging. I'm not saying that because I'm Kenyan. But if you come to Kenya and for example even go to the streets and ask people randomly about different countries, what they know. For example, if you ask them what they know about America. Personally, I've never been to America, and several people have never. They can't even dream about going to America because like getting even the visa is like impossible to most of us. But if you ask them, they'll tell you something even about the president, maybe some one or two states in America, just some little information about. If you ask them about Europe, they still do the same. If they tell, and imagine Kenyans, like majority of them know something about like their neighboring countries. If you ask an average Kenyan about Tanzania, even if they have never been there, they'll tell you one or two things about Tanzania. If you ask them about Uganda, they'll tell you like an average Kenyan knows something about different countries. They may not like be in a position to tell you all the countries in the world or recognize them because everywhere we have the famous countries, and yeah, and it's normal. There is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes like sometimes you find that some countries are just famous due to different reasons. So like but most Kenyans know stuff about different things, not because the information helps them, but they just want, they like being aware of the stuff. So today, guys, I think I think I think we'll try to make like even if we get to 1 hour, we may check out or sign out. I don't know. So guys, just please interact, support one another. That's the point. Support one another, and if you are new even to my channel, just me. I'm in the road to success, but I'm like I'm um is it 60 now, 18 bananas shy 200. So like if you have an extra banana, please share. We need to grow, and you need to grow together, and you can visit your neighbors and check out their houses, do some support. Guys, please like, can see 5 million in the house. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys. So guys, like let's keep on the, supporting the like, and yeah, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Today is the day. The poll is 8 and we only have 6 likes. Kindly, we have 7 likes. Please kindly click the like button, please. Yeah, guys, if you have an extra house, please 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 visit me. If you have an extra house, please support me with it so that we may get into 200. Please share the live in your communities. Yes, please give the chat as like. You can go to the left hand side. You can go to the left hand side and give give the give the chat a like. Guys, guys. Guys, please keep on typing, keep on interacting. Please don't shy. welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Yeah. Today. Yeah. Yes, please as to join. Welcome, guys. As you join, please give the live stream a like. Let me see. I'm good. So, guys, we have been going through the. As I've said, like in my live streams, we'll be discussing more of the African history. Every live stream will be discussing different issues, and like today, for those who were not there, we have been talking about like some events in history that have impacted the African continent and the African people's lives in a big way. And we have talked about the trades, the two major trades that have happened like some centuries back. That is the the trans-Saharan trade and the transatlantic trade. We have talked about how after the transatlantic trade, Africa was put again through the scramble and partition of Africa, which led to the colonization of the continent. In between that, we talked about the First World War and the Second World War, which are events that have been impacting the African continent and the people's lives. Like for the past, like we took for instance like 5 generations back. Those 5 generations, like in Africa, like HB, hi, hi to you, welcome, guys. Please like the chat, and if you haven't supported me, please support by subscribing, and let's grow together. So, like we have discussed those issues about the trades, the two major trades that have happened in history, like considering like the past. We have discussed like those like 5 generations, 5 issues that have impacted like 5 generations, like for the past like 500 years in the African history. We have talked about the trans-Saharan trade, where people were sold as slaves. Then, after the decline of the trans-Saharan trade, we got into transatlantic trade. And in between there were the conquests, where the missionaries were fighting with the Arabs who were used of taking slaves. So before the abolishment of the slave trade, there were those conquests that mostly happened along the coastal cities in Africa. And then we came from transatlantic trade, we got direct into the partition and scrabble for Africa, that is in the 19th century, and that led to, in between the colonization and stuff, we also had the First World War and the Second World War, and you can see all these events. They have been like oppressing the African continent and its people, and that's why I've said, like, in our generation, it's history, and we are grateful. It doesn't matter whatever happened to, as much it matters, yes, but since we can't change history, we can only learn from it. All the things that happened to Africa and these people is so sad when people like us in the 21st century, who have the power to change at least the narrative using their cameras, and you find that someone just gets hold of their cameras and everything they show just to cloud chase or something. They are just putting on, starving people about Africa, starving kids, sick people, all the nasty stuff, and about war and all those bad things. It's so sad when after like over 500 years of pure misery for the African people and exploitation of the African continent, all what we can talk about are the dusty roads, the that why don't you have running water? Why do you always have dusty roads? Before you last 500 years at least, and consider like 5 consecutive generations of the African people and what they have been through, and what they are doing now with their lives, or what Africa is doing for themselves now. And we just see nothing but resilience and hard work. Because I believe Africans are strong people. But you may tell me otherwise, but Africans, they are just like, yeah, because they have been used like beasts of burden, and they still stand strong. They have been sold as commodities of trade. They have been like divided, like scrabbled over, their land taken away, everything, their resources taken away. If you think of all that stuff, you'll say nothing short of Africa is beautiful and the people are beautiful. Because if it were somebody else, they would be thinking that. But Africans, no, they don't even make nuclear bombs or anything. They just stick to making their lives better. And yeah, I think we should be thinking about such things, and try as content creators, when you have your camera wherever you go. I'm not just saying Africa. Wherever you go, whether you go to Asia, to Europe, to America, to Australia, wherever you go, try to be positive, try to see the good in people and in those places where you go. It may not bring so many views, but it will bring some positivity. Yeah, and some positive impact. That is what I believe. And yeah, me I would want, maybe maybe it's not what most of us are used to. uh, but me, I've decided my channel will create more awareness on the African history, and also about awareness on different things. We'll be picking matters, important matters, as to discuss on our live streams. I won't be that person who will who will just focus on like stuff. I'm not good in fashion or stuff, but I want to be positive in my own little way. Yeah, and I believe this is one of the things that can bring some positive change, because most of the people out there, they know nothing about Africa. They don't even know, most of them, they don't even know whether Africa is a continent or is a country. So it's that bad, imagine. When you tell somebody we have Kenya, we have Africa as a continent, it's full of diversity. It has like 54 countries, I don't know, over 50 countries, just to say, so that I may not give out a number which is not correct, maybe, but over 50 countries. I know they are below 55 and they are more than 50. So like all. So guys, what I know is that welcome Pauline, welcome Pauline, welcome Pauline, and guys, as you join, please, as you join, hi Pauline, welcome, thanks for the guys. As you join, please give the chat a thumbs up. I am fine, Mama. I'm fine. And hope you are fine too. Thank you. So like enda hapo kwa dispenser.
Iko na maji.
Dispenser iko na enda kwa dispenser uweke. Unaniwekea hapa kwa ninio. Enda uweke hapo. Weka maji kwa dispenser na wachane na hii stand utaivunja. Guys, welcome. Pauline, I'm good. Guys, like I've been saying like I've been saying like most of my live streams three things, and will also be giving out stories. Because those myths, they are stories, yes, but in Africa they were used to it. What are you doing, Chaton? What are you doing? Bring the cup here. And just don't go outside. Enda huko sitting room ukae ucheze huko. So guys, thank you. Timo. Oh guys, please, as you join, give the Give the chat a like. Give the video a like. Give me that. Give me your mama's.
Why are you taking mom?
Give me that.
Why?
Yes, please give the give give the chat a like. No, just say there. Mtoto asilie.
Daddy, come on, Maria. Go. Go. Chiquinho little. And why are you saying that?
Why am I?
I just said Mama's phone and start.
Let's sit there, Victor. Stop shouting. Guys, please. Guys, please. Please give
Richard. Ricky. Tango.
guys, please. As you join, please give Pauline. Pauline, do you have Lucy 254? Houses and show some love. Please visit and show some love. Give the chat a like. Guys, please visit each other. Support each other as you support me, because I'm still on the road to 200. Please, if you have an extra banana or something, kindly support me. Kindly support me, guys, in any way you can. guys, please support me. And yeah, please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up as you join. Welcome. I can see 8 million in the house. Guys, please don't forget to like the live and drop a comment. Yeah, drop a comment. Guys, 10 million in the house. Yeah, guys, please like the live. Guys, please like the live and please share. Share, guys. Share the live with other people. Yeah, guys. Guys, you have 10 million in the house. Welcome, guys. Please, guys, like the live stream. Like the live stream and visit people. And let's keep the chat live. It's like let's let's spread the love. Yeah, guys, this let's yeah. My drunk said hi, Lucy. Guys, please. Guys, please, let's keep on interacting and let's keep on supporting each other. Yeah. Let's keep on supporting each other and let's do this. So today we are talking about the African history and we discussed like 5 events in history, like in the last like 5 so like we have discussed like we have discussed like five um, five events that have impacted the African continent and the African people, and we have talked of things like the we have talked about the 2 famous trades, that is the Trans-Saharan trade and transatlantic trade. When the the trans-Saharan trade was declining, which had its own impact on the African continent. I said the trans-Saharan trade had benefits, but still it had it had slave trade in it. Then we came to then 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 we had after the fall of the decline of the trans-Saharan trade, we went to the famous transatlantic trade, which whose main item of trade was the slaves, and we talked about how the slaves were being ferried from Africa. Most of them were from West Africa, because like West Africa is closer to is closer to the is closer to the to the Atlantic, and it's also closer to the Americans. So like we have talked about how the transatlantic trade also impacted Africa, the African continent, and the African people as a whole through through the through the ferrying of people. Yeah, and when it was collapsing, the transatlantic, after the abolishment of the slave trade, we we were introduced to another thing, that is the scramble, partition, and colonization of Africa. In between that, there came the First World War and the Second World War. So, like we have talked about those five major events and how they have been affecting the African continent in a negative way. And we have talked about how we should appreciate Africa and the far they have come, considering all that exploitation and the pain they have gone through, like for the first like 500 years. It has been pain, and the self independence has been around like the past half a century, which is a little time for recovery, considering some civilization have been free and developing like for almost 3 centuries. That's a lot of time. So when you come to Africa and you are like, there is no clean water, no running water, no, everywhere is dusty roads. Just think, put that into consideration. What we have discussed here, and you will realize that Africa has been doing a lot just to pull itself from that pit, that pit which it has been in like for the past like 500 years, just to be like just to giving a figure, like it has been like for the past 500, the first like 5 6 generations from where I'm sitting or standing, they have gone like through hardships that are beyond human imagination. And if we can talk of people who have had the privileges of changing their realities, it's only like our generation who are like under 50 years old, and our kids who are like under 10 years and something like those are the those are the two generations that can talk about independence, because our parents were there when, like, shortly before independence, and they have been brought up during the post-colonial period, where there was nothing much actually to be to be proud of, because even the fertile lands, they were still under leases and stuff. So we are not crying wolf, but we are creating awareness, just to make sure like, just to make sure, like, we understand the African, we put into consideration the African struggles, and we appreciate what they have been through. Yeah, as they work hard towards changing their realities. And we have said that, like, for us, in these generations, we are privileged. We have internet and stuff. So, like, we can do our little positive contributions just by trying to be positive. Like, when you take your camera as a content creator, wherever you are, in any part of the world, not necessarily in Africa, try to be positive, try to portray positive image of wherever you are, even if it's not in your country. Just don't go around and say, today I visited the most dangerous place in the world. Who did the statistics and the ranking just to be sure these countries? No, that's not right. It's not right. It may bring a lot of views but think of the people who live there. Huh? Even the most dangerous ghettos, they are home to people.
Timo.
And the more
Timo.
you the more you bring, like, negative attention towards somebody's home, the more you make their life more difficult, which is not a good thing. So that is what we are doing in this channel, trying to bring awareness of the Africa, trying to bring awareness of African history. We are not lamenting, but we are learning together. And from that, I think people will have a better view and a better understanding of the African matters, of the African continent. Yeah. So I can see 6 million people in the house. Please guys, when you join, please give the chat a thumbs up.
Mudanganyilia tu mwende nje hivyo alafu umurudi.
Give give the give the chat a thumbs up. Okay. Yes, come on. Guys, please just be sure to subscribe, comment and share, and like the live stream, and also visit each other, support each other. We are here to bring a positive change, to spread the love, and to grow together. Yeah. Yes, guys. My trend, like you do you mean like you can't comment in Lucy's videos or something? I believe she'll notice your subscription and she'll visit back.
Ila ni subscribe ya. Ina ni subscribe ya. Na real
I say subscribe.
subscribe na ni naye momi unakuwa ndime nimegiro subscribe. Kwa ni subscribe. Ila bila ila wala jiande ya la sikendi una subscribe.
Hai baba kuleta vitu. Guys, please like 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 the chat and yeah, please give the chat a like. As you visit each other, and if you haven't supported me, please can support. And if you have an extra banana, if you have an extra banana, please give it to me. I'm struggling to get to at least 200. Yeah. Please, guys, keep on supporting. Where's the cat?
That is an uncle.
Timo, where is the cat? Cat iko papi? Where is the cat? Where is the cat? Picture. Where is that one?
Shuttle. But that shuttle is right there.
That one is right there. What is it?
Uncle!
Timo usiharibu.
is playing.
Okay.
Guys, like let's keep on pushing. Like the next 10 minutes, and we call it a day. Yeah. Please calm down. Acha kuninio Victor. No, acha kumfanya hivyo Victor. Atalia.
Timo, don't go with my security, please. Timo, please, not go with my matchbox. Please. Please don't go with my matchbox. Please. My
Just
son.
Victor, stop.
Victor, stop doing that.
I want to finish in the next like 10 minutes.
No.
I want to close. Moja ninio. Skume.
Kwanza na Yolanda unjungo lejeba luna rukime biteke baloba. Ubele mambo jumo. Wewe mwana ndio.
Guys, please give the live a thumbs up. Victor, say hi to the people.
Hi.
Niambia ndio pia wewe umewapa YouTube channel na kupiga status.
You have a YouTube channel? You haven't told me.
It's on Mama's phone.
Okay,
But your channel lazima.
Wait. I'll want to subscribe and see what you are doing. What kind of stuff are you doing?
Just talking with some main plants.
You talk with some men
And watermelon.
and some watermelon
Plants.
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 Plants. Wow. Wow. That's nice. You haven't told me. And you, Timo? You have a YouTube channel? Bado? Mama, wewe kwa nini hamjafungulia bibi wangu ya YouTube channel? Seven minutes to go. Call it a day. Staki uvivu. Ndio Timo. These things they don't want this. One minute is so long, such a long time. 1 minute is such a long time.
Unaona vile mnafanya kwa TV Victor? Hauoni?
Unasema?
Naona wengine.
Nasema bye.
Ona ana clap alafu anajiangalia.
Sema bye.
So you are clapping. This guys 5 million in the house. Please give the chat a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't supported,
Aisha.
go support.
Utalia wewe.
Guys, let's keep on doing this. So for those who are just coming in, today we were talking about like 5 events that have impacted the African people and the African continent in a big way, like for the past like 500 years, and we took into consideration like we took into consideration like five generations that of 5 to 6 generations that starting from my generation. So, and we have analyzed their lives, considering what Africa and its people have been going through for like the past five centuries. And we have come into a conclusion that it's not even fair to just conclude like Africa is just a dark place without development, with no running water, with dusty roads. Before you say that, you are supposed to consider all those events. We have started with the transatlantic trade, the trans-Saharan trade, where slaves were being sold. We came to the peak of the trade, the slave trade with the transatlantic. We came to the scramble and partition and colonization of Africa. In between that, we talked about the World War One and the World War Two, and considering what those 5 events alone, what they have done to the African continent. You will notice that it can't take like 50 years, like the 50 years since independence. It can't be enough to recover from such traumas and whatever. So like it's only fair to only encourage and spread positivity about Africa, about African people. Not like we are seeking sympathy or anything, but we want to give Africa the justice it deserves, at least for once. For once. So when we'll keep on doing this, educating ourselves, we'll keep on educating each other, enlightening each other about the African continent and its people and its history. And we find that Africa is not that bad. It's not that bad. Actually, we are doing good. And I can only imagine. I can only imagine if Africa had been given the same platform as other continents all along. Where would we be? Where would we be? We would be so far, and maybe we would be the superpowers. But that being said, it doesn't change whatever happened. We can only learn from it and try to make things better. And we should encourage positivity in our own small little ways. We should contribute positively. Yeah, and thank you. So we are coming to the end of this live stream. Thank you for the support. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for supporting. And I hope we'll keep on doing this and getting better and better with time. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye. Kwairini, that's Swahili, and it means bye. Bye bye. Okay.